Hello Legion, this is Hadrian. Thank you for being here. Let's play some more Stellaris in our Song of the Stars series. One thing I would like to take care of immediately, as soon as I start this episode, it was pointed out to me that I just completely derped, and when I think 2 or 3 episodes back, selected a new governor for Nalzaroth, I actually did not install them. So Azuli Kapinit, which is this eager governor, I mean, not really a particularly good governor. Let's see if we actually have a better option now. Is there one? Building cost, construction time? See, now there are better governors that I could potentially use, and younger than Azuli. So this might have paid off in our favor, but I do want to fix this regardless. So let's go ahead and recruit this governor, and we're going to use Vistofane Ka Pretek, who's going to reduce our building cost and our construction time of everything on Nalzaroth, which is fantastic. So that's step number 1. We still have another leader we can assign somewhere, and actually, we may as well do that now. Let's see. Where Furtist probably could use a governor just as a means of helping these slaves become even happier. So why don't we, this is our oldest slave world, why don't I go ahead and put this, this governor would just be there to give the population a happiness boost. I'm pretty sure that putting a governor in place, I haven't looked at this mechanic in a while, but I'm pretty sure that putting a governor in place helps with happiness. So let me go ahead and assign this governor. Yeah, there we go. Planetary governor, happiness plus 2%. And it also looks like construction time and blocker clear time gets better just by having a governor, even though Azuli doesn't have those abilities. So that's nice to know. I knew about the happiness boost, but not about the other things. So that might hopefully help with some of these populations. Now, most of these are about to be purged in like 4 months. So that's going to happen really soon. What's going on with this ship here? Do I need to send you just back on... Yeah, you just need to go back to Auto Explore. Keep looking around. So next thing I need to do before we jump out of anything else is I need to take my 2 fleets here and I need to do some moving around because good God, the ship, the game just royally screwed me up when it came to the balancing of the ships here. So what I want to do is move 2 ships here. All right, so select which ships to transfer. It really doesn't matter which 2. All right, so that's 5. Perfect. All right, that's actually quite easy. So let me just do this, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, done. And then same thing here. Should also hopefully balance evenly. Yeah, perfect. All right, so now those fleets are at identical strength. There are no upgrades needed for either of them, which is expected. Then we can unpause. Go back to our fast speed too. So yeah, in the last episode we were working on purging several disloyal slave populations, but we also... Do we have... What's going on at Suramet? Do we have any other... All right, this... Oh, no. Hang on. What are you doing? That's right, you're building a hydroponics farm. There's lots of upgrades happening on the surface here. Several artifacts excavated at the archaeological dig site on Ugarasti 2 are covered in writing that firmly rejects the Voltam philosophical idea that life itself is a lie. One of them appears to be a memorial of sorts to the Voltam race as a whole. This would confirm our theory that this splinter colony existed for some time after the collapse of the rest of the Star Assembly. Cool. So we get another Voltam artifact, and we get 150 engineering points. Oh, here's the alien girl project again. Well, let's pause it and go ahead and... I think we've got a scientist in the system that can do that, so why don't you go ahead and work on that. So that's just going to give that planet a boost. All right, there's the asteroid event again. We've been getting that one a good bit lately. Oh, nice! After achieving a complete dominion of the Pogovan political leadership, our infiltration selves have successfully paved the way for the arrival of our first contact unit. In a lavish ceremony held at the new planetary capital, our diplomatic envoy graciously accepted a petition signed by every world leader on Kanur, calling for the planet's immediate annexation into the Voices. Jubilant citizens are crowding the streets cheering their new alien benefactors. So Kanur is now one of our colonies. These folks are not happy. They apparently are opposed to slavery, so let's see. I mean, the happiness meter is not terrible, and I would think that maybe, yeah, they're not happy with a lot of my policies. Is the main problem. Okay, we'll tell you what. First thing we're gonna do is we need to. This is a primitive factory. All right, we can't do anything here because this planet's in a sector. All right, well. Let's just hope that things balance out there. Let's see, this... Do we need anything else here? We've got this space station in orbit. Now we can pretty much leave that as is. Alright, cool. Let's go back and see what else is going on. So the Lumrona over here is not doing much. You need to go back to automatic exploration. Why did you stop? I gave you that order a moment ago. There's a void cloud there. That might have been it. Anyway, so this episode, I'm definitely going to be expanding more where I can into these systems. Particularly, this system here has 3 different worlds that I can colonize with different slave races. The Weed Barrel system is almost done colonizing. No distinguishing features were found on the small asteroid that had seemingly been towed into orbit around, ooh boy, Seshuemia 2, I guess. Science Officer Zempus Cayusto, the game's just throwing everything it's got at me pronunciation-wise, is requesting new orders for the Lum Lusolis. Unfortunate. Alright, so the Lum Lusolis still has its orders. It's looking around over here. We're just... Oh, there's an Atlas system, a Tundra world, 25 population. Wow. Let's have a look there. Inactive buildings. Alright, we're going to have to look at that. Okay, so the Purge has just completed. We have a lot of inactive buildings, and now the other population can start taking over. Faint alien signal during the survey of this planet. Yep, distress transponder. We've gotten that one before. So lots of inactive buildings. We're going to wait for the population to rebuild a little bit. And the voices may take over the world as well to a certain extent. But it actually looks like there's still a disloyal pop here. Hang on, what's going on here? Did I miss one? I did miss one. So we're just going to kill that last one. And there's only 3 left. Oh, wait, there's a few more that are unhappy too. How'd this happen? Maybe I just missed them. Huh. Yeah, I just missed these guys. Purge. Now these guys are the same as, they're the same configuration as this happier population. So the happier slaves are already breeding, which is exactly what I wanted. A little bit of eugenics, but it's working. It's sinister and evil and terrible, but it's working. The survey of Robalius 2 has revealed that certain regions of the planet are home to a primitive alien proto-civilization. So it's a Neolithic culture, like some of the other ones we've looked at recently. So Robalius 2 is where? Oh, all the way over here. Okay. So it looks like some of our science ships have managed to get around this void cloud issue, and there are a number of worlds we can colonize here as well. Okay, the mummified remains of a single individual belonging to a previously unknown mammalian species have been found drifting in high orbit. We got this a few episodes back. Let's go ahead and cancel that. All right, there's the other project finishing up. How's research doing? 37 months, 26, 21. Okay. We are... That's going to be nice. We get frontier commissars and lower ethics divergence. That'll really help with our slaves, especially on the worlds that have just been purged. That will help to make sure that no other ideologies, develop all too quickly. All right, 70 influence. That's what determines whether we can establish a new colony and soon. So let's see. Looks like this has been established, so we might need to go ahead and add this to a sector, I would imagine. Actually, no, it hasn't been established yet. It's still being established. How close are we? Very close? Yep, 1 month away. There it is. All right, so this is Sec... Which sector is this? Sec Karen, of course it is. Let's do our thing. Let's add some stuff to Sec Karen here. Let's go ahead and make all of this Sec Karen. There's actually still a good bit in here that hasn't been improved. Do I have a construction ship that I can use? Yes, I do. All the way over here. Okay, let's close that. Now you need to come here. Now wait a minute. Do I have a construction ship still doing stuff here? Yes, I do. Alright, beautiful. You need to come down here and build a lot of things. Because now that we have this colony here, there's a lot that needs to be built. You need to build things because there are a lot of things that need to be built. Hadrian logic. Alright, so same as I've done before. I've got plenty of resources, so I'm just going to queue up a ton of construction orders. First of all, on these rim systems. And actually, we have an arid world here we should colonize. There's a couple other worlds we definitely need to get into this sector before long. This sector is going to be a powerhouse. I'm seeing a lot of high-value locations. And definitely more colonies to establish as well. That's the nice thing, is that we're going to have more colonies, especially once terraforming technology is in place. We're going to have lots of planets, including in our existing territory. Okay, there's a mountain formation in the southern hemisphere. Go ahead and research it.
System survey complete. Anomaly found.
Okay, research that one as well.
System survey complete.
Tell you what, you need to go into automatic exploration mode. And we are now sitting at 78 influence. Tell you what, let's go ahead and have a look over here at... Yeah, this is the one that I wanted to start as soon as possible. Now, the Moij Huxkin can colonize Lavasio 4 very easily. So is it F9 that I need to hit? Yes, it is. Expansion Planner. I love this thing. All right. Is it Lavasio? Right? Yes, this one. Oh, wow. Holy crap. That's still a lot. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. What about cheap? Ooh, yeah, I can sort this way. That's handy. I can see which ones are possibly... See, that's within my territory. I would imagine most of these that are showing at 30 influence are within my territory, and that's the reason they're showing at 30. What about Rabanok? Yep, in my territory. Well, we're going to need to build up some more influence before we do any more colonies.
System survey complete. Anomaly found.
There are signs of activity by an ancient precursor civilization on this inhospitable rock. Well, then research. Yeah, Sexaya. This has turned into quite a colony sector for us. A micro-singularity recently intersected Iriamen 4, there we go. Iriamen 4, passing straight through the core and emerging on the other side of the planet. The encounter does not seem to have caused any permanent damage, but it has altered the energy output of the planetary core slightly in a way that defies our current scientific models. Further study may be warranted. Fascinating. I seriously feel like a Vulcan with the number of times I say fascinating in this series. What was previously thought to be assorted mountains on the southern hemisphere of Seychemia 8 have been identified as the massive skeletal remains of a single colossal alien life form. Yeah, we've seen that one before. Let's go ahead and investigate the gigantic skeleton. Go to, pause. No, don't go anywhere. I need you. Research that. Now, someone else pointed out that we have some research projects. Yeah, there's one right there. Along the southern border. Okay, so the Serene Honfalier state has closed their borders. We can't get to that one. What about over here? I actually don't see any that are available to be researched. There's this one, but that's the one we're working on right now. So I think... Yeah, we're okay for the moment. But one thing I can do, definitely, is continue building ships. So let's do that. And we're going to do things a little bit differently this time. I'm going to send the second Namagnoli to Eulasia, because that's Nal Ulaz. Now, Nalzarath... Let's see, what do you have? 5, 10, and 16. So what if I upgraded all of my current fleets to be 6, 14, and 25? So that's 1, 4, and 9 being added. And no Corvettes. Because so far I just haven't found much use for them. 1, 4, and 9. Alright. Alright, that's that. And then you are going to be designated as a rally point. Alright, so now Ulaz is now a rally point, which means that ships should... Tell you what, let's go ahead and remove this fleet as a rally point as well. So now Ulaz will also be a rally point. Let's do the same thing. So that was, what, 1, 2, dang it, I've already forgotten. 1, 4, and 9. That's what it was. And that's that. Got some more ships coming. We'll have to keep an eye on our command totals. Another fascinating discovery. So there's a mining base that we've discovered. This could be another handy Vultuam artifact, actually. This might be the last one we need. Is it? Really? Really? Holy crap. This is the last one we need. We're going to find their homeworld after this. Oh, that's fantastic. So we're going to be able to look into the Voltam homeworld, which hopefully will be close by. I mean, we've explored a lot of space, so that should help us get some good technology. I'm hoping it's not too far away. We're actually not far from being able to get to the humans with our science ships. If we just keep going down this arm of the galaxy, we'll get to them, which is nuts. Like, I would love to get to them with our science ships. We're moving down that way.
System survey complete.
All right, so this construction is underway. It's the battleships that are going to take a while. You did fly to Nalulaz, yes? Or did you not?
Anomaly found.
There's a significant scarring on the surface of this world in a pattern. Okay. Almost looks like writing. Control F9, by the way, if you're curious how I'm shutting off the interface. Just pretty to look at from time to time. Also good for screenshots.
Special project complete.
After continued studies of the massive skeletal remains found on Seshwemia 8, Science Officer Zempus Cayusto has concluded that the creature served as some kind of organic starship. Much smaller bones from at least 3 separate species were found within the larger skeleton, and we assume these came from members of the crew. For unknown reasons, this organic starship suffered catastrophic damage and crash-landed on Seshwemia 8. While we cannot begin to understand the biological engineering necessary to grow a starship like this, the study of these bones alone have substantially advanced our knowledge and the experience level of that particular scientist, which is a big win.
Special project complete.
Miraculously, we have managed to salvage parts of a Voltam data core that had been blown clear of the crater on Elthir 5. Most of the data was corrupt, but our scientists did manage to properly translate the Korga, the basic Voltam time unit. So we got another Voltam artifact, which should give us, there it is. After intense study of our recovered Voltam artifacts, scientists on Nalzaroth have managed to deduce the exact galactic coordinates of Voltamar, the home system of the ancient Voltam civilization. We should launch an expedition to the system before someone else beats us to it. Contact the nearest science ship.
Situation log updated.
Okay, let's have a look up here. Mouse, why are you doing this to me? It's actually not my mouse. It's my desk. Okay, track on map. Where are you? Please be close. That's... Oh, wait, no. That's Voltamar.
System survey.
Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. Okay, so this is the alien mercenary's life. That's actually close. Lumrona, you're nearby. Go. Go now. Survey. Oh, that's so cool. We don't know anything about it yet, but it looks like this system, oh, wow. Look at that. Destroyed planet. It's like Praxis from Star Trek VI. Alright, so we're still in the process of building our ships here. It looks like we're onto our cruisers now. Battleships are done. Again, keeping an eye on command points. I might be able to... I would love to have even more battleships than I have right now, but I want to have 2 main fleets for the moment. And then either, if this works at our current command point total, well, I might need to expand it a little bit more, but maybe have a 3rd fleet. It'd be nice to have 3 fleets of equal strength to just send in different directions as needed. Waiting on more command points before we can do any more.
Anomaly found.
An abandoned ship has been left adrift aimlessly above this moon. Massive sails. Okay, solar sailing ship event. A lot of the events you're seeing, if you happen to just be jumping in now, we've seen a ton over the past couple of episodes. So, yes, I'm kind of skipping past them. I'm aware of that. It's just because I have so many science ships operating now that I kind of feel like a lot of this stuff has already been seen. All right, so let's go ahead and go back into automatic exploration. These are sapphire lurkers. Can I potentially just... no, you're not going to go through there until I clear it. Damn. Alright, well, I need to finish the construction of some of my ships here. Okay, so we're going to get engineering research from that solar sailing ship. And tell you what, you go upgrade. Do that. Same with you. Go upgrade.
System survey complete. Anomaly found.
Oh, holy crap, we're already in Voltamar. Backscattering spectrometry sensors indicate the presence of valuable substances beneath Voltamar's noxious clouds. Research it. Oh, that's awesome. I wasn't expecting the science ship to get there so fast. So this pristine jewel, this Gaia world, we have to leave the hell alone. Physics research available. Good. Okay, now what else can we go for here? Let's go ahead and go for this improved assist research. It's something that I've needed for a bit. It's an option that pops up over and over. I'd rather just get it over with. All right, so this construction ship.
System survey complete.
Voltamar 2 is exceptionally rich in minerals that are unfortunately of no use to us. However, Science Officer Miliska Avola believes that many elements in the crust of Voltamar 2 can be transformed into potentially more useful forms through positron bombardment. The Lumbrona has requested that the voices set aside 100 energy credits for the purposes of this project. Very well. Ready the positron charges. Alright, so you need to do that before you do anything else. Research project, and then continue surveying the system with the Vultuam Homeworld. So excited about this. We're going to do this episode. It's going to happen. Meanwhile, how's this project coming along? How fast is it? Not bad. Plenty fast. That's what I like to see. And how's the queue coming along here? Cruisers are halfway done. Command points, we're nowhere near them. This is just awesome. We're probably going to finish our engineering research this turn as well, or this episode as well. Oh yeah, we definitely are, in fact.
System survey complete. Special project.
The crew of the Lumbrona are pleased to report that the experiment was a success, and a significant number of dense mineral veins on Voltamar 2 have been transmuted into usable resources. Wow. Look at that. 9 mineral world. Unemployment. What do we have here? Oh yeah, I remember seeing this population come online. My bad. Sorry, dude. You need something to do. How's food here? Food is great. You don't need any more food. So let's go ahead and let's do a mining network. Let's get more mines out of that planet. See, I got some advice earlier in the series during the first 20 episodes where people were talking about specializing planets. Look at how great the economy is doing right now. Just not feeling it, you know, as far as like making planets entirely mineral based or entirely energy based. I feel like that's a gameplay choice. It's not that it's a bad strategy when I say I'm not feeling it. I think at the time I kind of felt like I see where you're coming from, but I think that's just kind of a way of playing the game that could work in certain situations, and my way could work better in others. I just like to kind of develop the resources as they are and go for planets that kind of balance out my needs and go for regions of space that balance out my needs. If I have an energy deficit, I will look for regions of space that are energy credit dense, etc. The ancient homeworld of the Voltam Homeworld. Wording? It has seen better days. Research it. Alright, so the Voltam Homeworld is being researched. How fast is the project? Okay, there it is. I was wondering why that wasn't happening, but it's happening, all right. Oh, it's happening. All right, we're going to build research stations there. There's a lot happening all over the place. You need to build more research stations. All right, here it is. The shattered remnants of the Voltam homeworld reveal that it underwent a massive extinction event 12 million years ago caused by the detonation of some kind of antimatter device. From the ruins that remain on the planet's surface, we have learned that Voltam society experienced a radical ideological shift a century before their extinction. That explains the splinter colony. Their new philosophy posited that the entire universe was an artificial reality which all sentient beings had been unwittingly plugged into for the amusement of some higher power. The Voltam undertook increasingly radical attempts to forcefully disconnect themselves from this simulation, most of which involved mass suicide. They finally concluded that only the simultaneous disconnection of billions of individuals would destabilize the system enough to grant them freedom. At an agreed upon hour, Voltam everywhere killed themselves by any means available. Those who refused to take part in this mass suicide were too few to repopulate the species, and so the Voltam faded into obscurity and eventual extinction. 350 research points in every category. No special technologies, but extra points. That's kind of disappointing. But it does mean we are probably going to finish both of these in the next couple of seconds.
Anomaly found.
Wow. Okay. There appear to be deliberately crafted structures on the planet's surface pointing towards a past long forgotten. Research it. 42% chance of failure, but we'll take it. We have detected the presence of a primitive alien civilization on Kenny Girgam in the Betelgeuse system. They have advanced into the equivalent of an Iron Age and are divided into numerous petty kingdoms and empires. Their species has spread across almost the entire surface of the planet. We should consider building an observation post. Interesting. So where was that exactly? Crap. I didn't mean to close it. No, I don't have it. Species. Oh man, now I have no idea where they are. Hang on. Already been there. Actually, yeah. I might be able to recognize it by the system name. Yeah, Kenny Girgam. This is it. So it's this group here. Let's go ahead and pay them a visit. And actually, hang on. Speaking of that, somebody pointed something out to me, and I want to take a second to look at this. Something about there being an indicator on this screen as to whether or not these people were in our territory. I don't see anything to indicate that, though. Yeah, I don't see anything to indicate. Because I know you are definitely outside of our system. Okay, well, I'm going to look for that later. I don't know what that commenter was talking about, or I might be looking at the wrong screen. But let's... we need to build an observatory here in Betelgeuse. Oh, that's a good ways away, though. We're not going to have an observatory set up there. So, okay, well, let's go ahead and unpause things so we can let these technologies finish. At least one of them, because we're almost at the 30-minute mark. Defensive pact has ended. Good! Give me that influence back. I didn't realize I was going to lose influence by taking that deal. Alright, so now we have enough influence to establish a colony a little bit further out. Possibly in Lavasio. Let's go ahead and do that before the system before the episode ends. So Lavasio, which planet was it? Name. It was you. All right. Yep, we've got enough now. Let's go ahead and go to Kasalosh. And then we need... Oh, wow. It's saying I'm missing one influence point. Okay, that's cute. The planet Behiram 3 is a toxic wasteland, but our scans unveil that it has not always been so. Now extinct civilization seems to have destroyed its home planet via a heavy reliance on climate-altering fuels and toxins. On a remote hill close to a major city, we have found a lone active facility, a robot assembly plant desolated and surrounded by military vehicles so deteriorated they break upon touch. The facility is alien and mysterious, but could provide us with ample study material. Fallen robotic society.
System survey
Interesting.
complete. Anomaly found.
Massive fleet action. Lots of stuff happening. Okay, hang on. We'll get to finishing that research in just a second. Was it a pacifist materialist? Was a pacifist collectivist? The collectivists are definitely better. Why don't we just go back to their world and remind ourselves. It's an Obrium, right? Well, no. Null Obrium is not the best. Where is Kasalosh? I remember Kasalosh is... We need to find that. Can I not search for Kasalosh when it's not in... Okay. So it's getting to a point, what's happening in my brain right now is it's getting to a point where there's so many systems to keep track of, and I'm like, I don't know where Kasalosh is. Close. I don't want to manage this sector. Let's unpause so that we can let this finish up. How are things looking on Furtist? Are they breeding yet? The voices are breeding, which is interesting.
Upgraded.
We can upgrade that. So yeah, I'm going to need to find a way to search for planets. Because right now I don't know where it is. And this is what I would have thought it would be in. Where is Kasalosh? Maybe if I know I can do this. Let's go for species. Alright, so where are you? This is Kasalosh. Alright, it's in Uralian. Okay, I was really close. Alright, now let's take a look one more time and see which of their pop units is happiest. Actually, looks like their happiness has gone down a bit. Looks like you guys are doing best. So this is Fanatic Spiritualist, Collectivist. Alright, well before I end this episode, we are way over time, but before I end this episode, Fanatic Spiritualist Collectivist is going to go to Lavasio. Yep, this one right here. Colonize and land there. Like this Nal Lavaz. Alright, the order's been given, and signs of battle. Okay, so the Graveyard Expedition event, which, again, we have seen before. Go ahead and do that research project. How's the research coming? 1 month remaining? Perfect. Gonna be almost done, and then we'll go ahead and cut this one short.
Research complete.
Excellent. Alright, so that's done. Oh yeah, we could use some defense stations if we're going to go to war with anybody. Let's go ahead and do defense stations. And on that note, I will go ahead and cut this episode here. In the next one, we are going to continue expanding in this direction primarily, but also I'm really excited to see in the next maybe 3 or 4 episodes how much farther the science ships here can make it. This science ship's in Voltam, so they need to keep exploring as well. Let's have you upgrade and then auto-explore. But yeah, they're going to keep heading down this arm, and eventually they're going to get to the Sol system. Which is where the humans are, because we intercepted the Voyager probe earlier in the series, which is hilarious. So it'll be interesting to see how far along they are in their development as a species. But yeah, we'll get to that when we get to it. Thanks very much for watching. If you enjoyed this one, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. New episodes in Song of the Stars air every day at 6, and if Song of the Stars is over when you're watching this, it'll be something else in kind of a science fiction, simulation, or survival type of vein at 6 Eastern Time. Comments are always welcome. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time.